Yo, what's up guys, this is Happy with another Guild Wars 2 PvP video, and this time with the BurnItUp, showing you some Guardian gameplay with one of my not favorite builds. It is the currently meta played BurnItUp, which can cause a lot of trouble and in other ways is pretty easy to kill. And in this video you will see everything a little bit. I wanted to go for his flesh form, but I decided to swap around the target. I don't know how he was able to get away from there. I decided to go far, move on a little bit because my allies were not there. Use my block here, stealth up, wings and run away. This is the best thing about BurnItUp overall. If you play with Trapper Rune you can do a lot of work. Waiting for him to join here. I was more afraid that the thief would be coming here, but since he was not coming I was able to escape here a little bit. I've got my shields. I can stealth up again and just hide, trying to get some damage if he will be chasing me, and then I can just move on here, try to get another kill. We were able to catch this guy if I remember correctly, yeah. Or better said, my ally here. We got a nice kill, and meanwhile I was able to hold some people off point, and my thief and my revenant are dead. But that was fine. We have close, we have mid, so even if we would lose mid we can hold sides, which is also not so great because with this build you are not really a side holder, but you can hold it if you are able to prepare your traps in advance. So let's see. This guy he 1v1'd me once. He tried to sneaky decap, but he was not able to because I had my trap there, and that was pretty nice. Doing some CC, so he has to stun break and waste a little bit of his utility skills. And you can see this here, I already have my lead trap up again. I wait a little bit until I get CC'd from the players, and you can see this here, the Mesmer already died due to my burning. They will try to revive here, 3 people, even though the Guardian just does not even try to revive because he seems to be smart. You saw this, 15 stacks of burning. And there would have been like no way to really survive this. The Necro here did a nice interrupt, otherwise he would have died a little bit earlier. But I'm like sure he dies as well. Yeah, he dies too. And yeah, securing 2 kills, and we have close still. I don't know if my team is losing it. They just lose it, yeah. This is a little bit bad rotation. We have 2 people close. They lose close point, which is not so great. And I can just move on. I'm holding far here. I try a little bit to just be annoying, but don't lose the cap in case that someone sneaky decaps it. And you can see this here. This Mesmer should have just hide a little bit around or regroup with his team, because he was just a little bit too fast, I would have said almost. I tried to block a little bit here now, the Lich. Hide, again, you can see this here. I just stealth up. What happens when you stealth up? The enemies lose the target. I'm not able to help my allies more, so I'd rather just go for holding the node here. This will be helping my team much more than anything else. The Spellbreaker tries to 1v1 me here, and I see that another guy just pops up, the Revenant, so I have to leave here. I don't use my healing skill immediately. I could have stealthed up, but I saw that they are not engaging how I wanted, and I can just stay here around. Wait for the enemy players. The Rev wants to know it, but as long as I play it a little bit, how to say it, with hiding, not like a real man, I can win this. And you can see this here, it is also important to really watch your cooldowns, and especially against Revenants, they have Condi Cleanse on Stand Swap, Staff, and yeah. So they can easily outplay you if they are good, and it will be really important to really watch what they are doing. Getting nice interrupts, and now he will have his healing skill up. He has only 8 stacks of burning. You can see this here, he cleansed up and now he has to move again. He will port onto me, I guess, yeah. Expecting the port, easy dodge. Blocking a little bit, and the good thing here is that my block will just be 5 seconds instead of the 3. Kiting a little bit around. They still don't have the cap yet, the decap. Or did they have the decap? I don't know. I wait here a little bit. I don't waste my signet too early, but they were able to still get multiple CCs on me and just catch me with that. But you saw a little bit, the stealth potential is pretty nice. It just allows you to, how to say, get in a better position to get out of danger, and that's just not only once but with every trap that you use. Now a lot of people seem that as overpowered, and in many ways it can be if you have options to stealth and hide. That's pretty great. I got 4 kills if I saw it right. I don't know what my team was doing, they just got decapped permanently. That was something that annoyed me quite a lot. My thief was also not there to outnumber many fights, he was more in team fights. And yeah, the enemies were also able to get quite some kills here. I tried to help a little bit my ally here and to just, you can see this here, blocking and apply some burning, but the enemies were doing too much damage, so I was not able to start a revive here to interrupt that. And yeah, again, I have to leave here. I stealth up, I wait a little bit for the good opportunity to catch someone with low HP, but I was sadly not able to really get it how I wanted, so I just tried to stay here. This is an unportable spot, so I can also play it a little bit more risky like this. And now I just have to leave because it makes no sense. If I go onto that team fight, they could kill me, but now since my ally arrived here, I can also just try to... I used it wrong. I wanted to lay down my trap and afterwards port, but I don't know. It just ported me. He will use his healing skill. Okay, now he has his healing skill. He has 4 stacks of burning, so that will be more than enough healing. And I just tried to get the full cap here. I see that the buff is up. I don't know if we even got the buffs. Yeah. The enemy's getting the down buff, which is not so great. But you can see this here. The Mesmer wants to know it again. He just tries to 1v1 me. My goal is first just to decap the point, and then afterwards I can leave it. I was luckily getting stability. By who? My core guardian, or I don't know. This guy's down, and again I should be able to cleave it. I'm just getting perma CC'd from the spellbreaker. That's also really annoying. I got the necro on my trap, but yeah, my team is not there, my thief is not there. He's trying to kill the Mesmer, I guess, yeah. But you saw this, if he would have swapped to the necro, he would have got a kill. Because the Mesmer seems to have a lot of cooldowns, while the necro was just caught there. But never mind. I mean, we have a little bit the advantage, because we are outnumbering them, or better said, they are outnumbering us. But the rest of my team will have a little bit easier to secure kills, therefore. The double revenants, actually, yeah. So from here on, I could go again mid. But I was just watching a little bit, and then I saw that my Revenant just died, and the best choice here is to go far. Laying down my trap here, my lead trap, this was not like the best idea ever, but it is still good, because if an enemy tries to cross and decap our point, you are just there to interrupt that. And here we getting a 1v1 against Foe Fire, my the thief that I like the most. I just have to get out of combat. I wanted to spear him here at this point, but I decided to wait a little bit. It is always dangerous. Deadeye is just some trick shot builds. I got a nice interrupt. He heals me up by walking into my trap. I get him here on my spear, and what I do is just hold my spear a little bit before I pull him down. And I know, was I able? He just was able to escape. I don't know, I don't understand still Deadeye, man. If they dodge while they are speared, they still get stealthed. They get the revealed gone away, but I don't know how this works, because my spear is still active and it should still reveal them. But never mind, you can see this here. Playing it passive, wait for opportunities, keep my skills up, and the enemies just... I don't know what they were doing actually here. I mean, the Deadeye should have not tried to 1v1 me at that point overall, because I'm a burn DH, I can just stealth up if I'm in a dangerous situation. Only if he catches me off guard, and that's what's going to happen here. Later on, he will get a kill onto me, but otherwise they will just kill me while on outnumbered, not on 1v1s. Because it is also really hard to catch a good DH, because they can just stealth up. Have I died here? I don't know. You can see this healing skill. Are they going to activate it? No, I guess not. I get out of combat. I have no skills on cooldown, so I guess this is the point where I die, yeah. You can see this is so stupid. Stealth up, CC, and a lot of damage. But still, if he would have just run in one of my traps, that would have been a sign to me that I have to dodge or hide. I would have survived this, but like this, yeah, no way. I had no shield, I had no my signet was on cooldown, and I have no stun breaks overall. And again, I'm seeing that my entire team is off point. That's just always what I don't like. If you have a decent team, you should at least one have who just decaps nodes, who holds a node or something like that, but not like this. Now what you can see here is I wait for the spectral armor to be gone on this Reaper, and from here on I can just damage. I see that he's using his signet. I activate here my shield because I don't want it to get feared, but still he was able to get some fears. Wait for his dodge, and he has some burn stacks. And now you can see this here, easily killing this guy. He would have died here without the support of this guy. When he goes to the Lich, what I can do is just reflect with sword 3, shield 5, and of course with my shield 3, virtue F3, I can just block all incoming damage and just be safe. So that was a huge mistake, especially if he knows that I'm playing BurnDH. You should keep your spectral armor. Without this, you're just gonna get wrecked, and especially you should also not use the elite skill if you have nothing left, because Lich against burning is really bad. You are not able to cleanse that. You just get forced to immediately remove that. My guy just died, and we are... Am I able to get another 1v1 here against him? Yeah. You can see this here without any cooldowns. The Deadeye is no big threat here, but it is annoying when they stealth up and catch you off guard. That's really annoying. My goal again to get far, because I see my allies are dying off node, and I can't do much for them. I can try to help them out. I go with the interrupt, use my elite trap, shield block. My ally has also one Aegis. The enemies decapping are the far point, which is fine. At least I got a revive, a really nice revive. My ally on close got a kill, and that's also huge. So my goal is just now to hold far, and we easily win this game. One of my revenants is on the down buff, so that's also pretty perfect, which means unless they don't kill this guy, they will not get triple cap, and we are having here double cap, getting the win out of this. And yeah, even the upper buff, that's huge. Now I don't know, my revenant was able to hold it, the down buff, or not. Yeah, my guardian joins as well, and easy win. Okay guys, so this was the BurnDH. I'm not such a big fan of it, and I'm also not so good with it, to be honest. I've seen many more players. What you should aim for the top stats, damage and kills. You can get also the other ones. I got defense and offense, so I was fighting on near nodes the most time, as I already said, while my allies were all off point. I got those top sets because I was fighting on enemy capture points, on our own capture points. And yeah, that's the build, by the way. Sigil of Trappler, energy cleansing, and on the scepter focus I'm using Sigil of Smoldering and Sigil of Doom. I will explain later on why I use this. And then we have here Virtues, Zeal and Dragonhunter, the main trait lines here as well. And it is pretty simple. Retaliatory subconscious, every 60 seconds when you get CC'd you get retaliation and Aegis, blocking one attack, which is, yeah, just the best to use because the other make no sense. Not such a great skill. Absolute Resolution, your Virtue F2, your wings will remove 5 conditions instead of 2, and you will have more passive healing with that, and that's pretty huge. And by the way, it will also work on your allies as well. Permitting Wrath, the passive effect of Virtue skill 1 triggers more quickly and now burns in an area. This is the main reason to use Virtues. You will burn enemy players instead of with every 5th attack, with every 3 attacks, and that's pretty huge and also strong. Then Seal a Scepter, you will have passive might gain with your attacks. How is it? Virtue skill 1, yeah. Every time your virtue skill 1 passive, which means every 3 attacks when you burn someone, you will get yourself 1 stack of might, and if you have scepter on, 2 stacks of might. And this is a huge damage booster, because with all your traps you will apply a lot of burning and hit enemies multiple times and stack a lot of might. Then Kindlet Zeal, 10% increased condi damage for your power. Eternal Armory, spirit weapons gain additional casts, improved count recharge, and burn foes they strike. This is the main reason to use when you use Spirit Sword, or how the name of it is. Piercing Light, traps gain reduced recharge and slow enemies. This is really important to use. The slow is pretty annoying, and you have reduced recharge on your traps, and you are using 3. You can also use 4, I will talk about that later on. Then Bulwark, Shield of Courage gains increased radius and duration. This is what I use on this build because you really need it. You have only 1 stun break, and with a larger radius, longer duration, you will just be able to stay safe a lot longer. What I see is people using Zealot's Aggression, 10% damage bonus and an extra cripple if you spear someone with your I don't know. Just this passive effect cripples enemies. No, it will also cripple when you burn an enemy, so that's actually still pretty great, but I love to have more survivability instead of this, because you get 10% damage bonus, but you don't really need it. You have more than enough damage, and therefore survivability is more important with this build. Hunter's Fortification, every second when you block an attack, you will remove 1 condition, and while you have no condies, you will have a 10% damage reduction. Woo. Then Purification Healing skill, 24 seconds cooldown, gives you decent healing, stealths you up, gives you regeneration, blinds the enemy, and slows down. Pretty strong. Signet of Judgment is my choice here. You get another 10% minus incoming damage, minus incoming condition damage, and that's huge. In addition to that, you will get a stun break, retaliation, and burn nearby foes. That's pretty huge. Otherwise, I would recommend to use another trap or smite condition for extra condi cleanse. If you have enemies with a lot of condi players, you can just use smite condition, 20 seconds cooldown, 3 condis removed, pretty strong. Sword of Justice, the main skill here and the strongest. It will summon a spirit sword, which will wheel in an area and pretty strong in capture points, which will attack the enemy 4 times and apply 4 times burning. And in addition to that, also on the 3rd attack that it hits an enemy, an additional 1 because of your F1 passive. So that will be like 5 stacks burning just by this attack if it hits. And not to forget, it will cripple and apply vulnerability, and the vulnerability is pretty deadly. It will just increase your damage for you and nearby allies, and yeah, just pretty deadly. Sword of Justice, really bad idea behind it because of the burning. They should remove the burning, so the burn DH will be a little bit slowed down in case of applying burning, but never mind. Procession of Blades, 20 seconds cooldown, applies 10 times damage. Within those 10 times, on every 3rd attack, again a burning, so 3 times burning, and nice damage, gives you fury and slows down the enemy players. Mostly used to stealth up, but it can be also really strong while cleaving an enemy, and also if an enemy is holding the node, you can just spam Procession of Blades and your Spirit Sword and your symbols, and the enemy has sooner or later to just leave the node and you will get the decap. Then on the elite skill, this is also you can also, by the way, play it with the what's the name of it now, Renewed Focus, for the other elite skill for more survivability, or you can use Dragon's Maw, 40 seconds cooldown. It gives you how many stacks of might? 10 stacks of might, slow down, and it will just create a barrier. First, the enemy who triggers it will get caught in a barrier, and all the other ones will just get knocked down if they walk through that barrier or if they are inside of it. And that's also pretty huge. As you saw, the one guy that I just caught, I was able to apply many stacks of burning, get an easy kill, and just move on. Yeah. What's also good about it is if you have a node, you can just spam all your traps and wait for the enemies to respawn, and afterwards just re-engage there. And that's also pretty annoying. Now I show you also some of the other things here on the build. By the way, I look awesome, right? I hope you enjoyed this ranked arena game because I'm not such a big DH fan. Sigil of Cleansing with energy on the sword, just for the mobility. I can port away. I have a Condi cleanse. I have more dodges left. And yeah, survivability, nothing else. Sigil of Smoldering, increasing your burning duration on the scepter. And scepter is the main damage dealing weapon I would have said instead of sword, because it will stack you more might. It has a nice immobilize, and you can place your symbol wherever you want. You don't have to port into enemy players. That's pretty huge. Then Sigil of Doom, I wanted to show it to you here. In combination with Chains of Light, when you weapon swap, you can Chains of Light, which will immobilize the enemy player, apply vulnerability, and immediately doom poison. So the enemy has 3 conditions, and you can just apply your symbol and burning stacks within that as well. Pretty strong. An additional Condi is always good. Rune of the Trapper, max Condi damage, extra Condi duration, and 3 seconds of stealth and super speed, which makes this build so strong. You just can stealth with super speed, run around, run away, and just kite around pretty good. Carrion Amulet is the must-have because it will give you more HP and the highest Condi damage possible, even though you will not need it so much. You can see this here. You can just spam everything if you trap someone and just move on. One more time the build, and that was basically it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it now, and you will see as always 3 of my other videos, and of course you can subscribe to my YouTube channel only if you like this. If not, don't do it. That was Happy No with another PvP video, the BurnDH. Not my favorite, but a pretty strong one in this meta. And yeah, I'll see you in my next videos, guys. Love you all. Bye bye, and have a good day wherever you are.